Welcome back. I am super excited to have Dawson with me. He is my nephew and literally the cutest, funniest. He reminds me of my husband a lot because of his humor. Like if you're around him, you will be laughing. I'm not gonna lie, you will be laughing. Wanted to show you Dawson's haircut. It's a modern mullet. And what we're going to do is start out with a number one around this bottom area. Sorry, this just come undone. There we go. All right, so yeah, Dawson is a good time, aren't you, bud? No, I'm serious. He is super fun, super fun. He's the president of his high school and he literally does so much for so many. He has a good, he's awesome. But anyway, all right, back to the haircut. So we are doing a number one through this area down here. Then we're gonna go to a number two and we'll blend that. And then we'll bring it in tight here. And anyway, we'll just go to that point. So we've had Dawson's hair kind of in another mullet where it's shorter and then all this is long. We've loved to go to the modern mullet. It literally has looked so good with taking this shorter and then taking this long top into that. So anyway, that's what we will be doing today. Something kind of fun about Dawson is he is a hiker slash climber and he has gone through every mountain to the top, hiked every mountaintop around our little town in Nephi, all over, up in Salt Lake, all sorts of things. So anyway, that's a little something fun about Dawson. Okay, so you can see I'm just going up above where I did the one. Now I'm coming up to do the two. Okay, now same thing here. I'm gonna bring this two. In. So Dawson is the baby out of 5 kids. And I'm just saying us babies are pretty darn cool, right, Dawson? Oh, for sure. I am the baby in my family too, so I always like to tease about that. Okay, so we're gonna leave that for now. We are gonna do some blending in a minute, but that's what I like to do first. Then we are just going to wet this down. I love these mister spray bottles. Like when you spray it, it just sprays. Anyway, I love those. Okay, now we are going to start on the top of the head. No, he likes this longer, so we're just trimming, right, today? Just not, okay. So he's liking it longer, so we're just gonna trim. Again, I like to point cut even when we're trimming, just so it's not like cut straight and blunt. I like to point cut into it. And that's great if you love to straight cut. Not a big deal. Just maybe do a little extra texturing through the ends when you're finished, but not too big of a deal, but it really makes a difference in my eyes when I do cuts with straight cut or a little bit of point cutting. So that's what I like to do, is to point cut. Okay. And then I'm pulling this all straight up. Sometimes when you want it shorter, you're gonna hold it out in front more this way. If you want it a little longer, you're just gonna hold it up. Just because that gives you that length in the front here. Okay, then turn him to the side. How's the back feeling? Is that about right? Or do you need a little more off of this?
I think it was good.
Good,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. So yeah, just talk through with your client, make sure, you know, you're seeing what they want, if they do just need a trim, or if they need a, you know, more of a cut. Okay, so you can see I come down this middle section and now I'm coming down the side section. Okay, and then this section over here. Now Dawson has had about every haircut you can come up with. We have done a lot of haircuts, which is super fun because changing it up is, yeah, I love it. It's super fun. But yeah, when he comes in, he'll either bring pictures. That's what I love too, to get an idea of what people really, really like. I love him to bring pictures because then you're on that same, you know, because sometimes explaining haircuts can be a little difficult for people. So if you have a picture of what they're wanting, it's much easier. Okay, now what we're gonna do is blend. So I'm gonna come here where I did the one. I'm gonna come in here and blend. If you want, you can also do like the 1.5 depending on what clippers you have to just go in between. Okay, then I'm gonna come up here in this area and so you can see I'm going horizontal with these clippers with the clipper over comb. If you're just starting out, you can go, you know, a little bit of this. So you can see that I'm going up instead of all the way across my comb. There's more control this way if you're not comfortable with taking off what amounts of hair. So the further in your comb is, the more hair you're gonna take off. So if you wanna start out with your comb out more and take less hair off, I would suggest that first, and then you can always go back. Okay, so these sides, I'm gonna come in. You can see I'm just blending this in. You can go a little bit more through this area to blend it. Okay, then we're gonna come back and texture that and then check the sides as far as the length goes. So again, we're taking this together. And you can see like where the 1 and the 2 is, you can come and take that little bit of line out by keeping this comb straight against the head. Then when you get up to this area, you're gonna hold that comb out a little bit more. Not straight against the head, but a little bit out. How are you doing, Doss?
Oh, good.
Perfect. Good, good. So glad. Dawson gets his hair cut every 3 weeks. His hair grows fast. Plus, he and his family they've always been good. Their mom just always schedules every 3 weeks to keep their haircuts looking like super good. But you can see even the length that we've taken off just in 3 weeks, how much it is. So yeah, I guess if you didn't come every 3 weeks, it would be,
It looked a little mangy.
yeah, it would look a little mangy. Perfect way to put it. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, you guys, is, because I can see that I need to go a little bit tighter up here, I'm going to come behind and look in the mirror because I'm obviously looking at him straight on. So it's always easier to blend by looking in the mirror. And so I like to look, and that way you can see your edges here, if they're blending nice here or if they're poking out a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take and double check this corner. There usually can be a corner. So just gonna check, see if there's a little length that needs to come off on this corner. And then if I need more blending after that, then we can blend it. Okay, and now this side, we're gonna blend and take that corner off. There's that tiny corner there. That will just blend this really nice. Okay, all right, now let's see if we need to bring in the clipper overcomb anymore. A little bit on this side. I'm gonna show you guys. See this right here? It's poking out a tiny bit. So we are going to just bring that in a tiny bit more, just so it's not poking out. The texture of Dawson's hair is, it's more straight. It's not fine, it's more of a thick hair, but it's more pokey, I guess you could say. And so this cut is working really well for his hair. Isn't it, Doss? We've really enjoyed it. So it's nice. You know, some that have curl might leave it a little longer through this area, just to kind of come over this that is shaved. But if it's straight and pokey, you might want to take this off right through here because there's no curl to like go in with the sides, okay? So that's what I would recommend. And then we're gonna come right here, straight from the ear, and then around. And then after we clean this up, we will come and texture throughout the haircut, which is awesome because Dawson always has his hair styled to perfection. And literally the texture really, really helps you know, hold that hair up. Okay, so we're gonna go around this ear. And then if you can see on this other side, I've come in a little bit more on the hairline to come in with the haircut down to this area. So instead of like down and around or squared, it's more on an angle. And then of course you're gonna stand in the back, make sure that's even. You can see that that's even in the back there. Okay, sweet. Now what we're gonna do is texture all through the sides where we have blended. So come through here. I'm gonna come through this back also. Like I said, I like to texture all of the haircut. Say you have dark hair and you are having a hard time blending the hair if you're starting out, because dark hair can be harder to blend. If you have gone short enough, but you feel like that it's not blending as well as you need it to without, I mean, you can't take any more length off, take your texturizing shears and go through those areas a little bit more, and that should blend it for you a lot better. All right, I'm just going to blow dry the hair out of his hair. And are you using the paste?
I use a sea salt spray and a texture powder.
Ooh, sea salt spray and texture powder. So I'm telling you guys, he knows his stuff. He knows his stuff. So I'm going to just kind of hold or dry this up, get the hair out, plus kind of put it into its spot. And you can see how this texture in this haircut is helping this like stand. Sometimes if you have the length that his is, sometimes it will just fall. So having that texture in there is huge. And then, okay, I'm gonna turn him to the mirror. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this styling paste, gonna rub it in my hands, and then we're gonna grab at this. And as I'm grabbing, I'm kind of twisting my fingers. So I grab and twist like this. That's cool that he uses that spray. So if you do have that spray, try it. Try it at home and see if that works for you. You're looking good, bud. Okay, now I'm gonna look here, sorry. Okay, sweet. So, modern mullet, you can see back here. I'm gonna turn him around again. Of course, it's more of a messy look. We all, know the old mullet with the short, and then the big mullet. This is a modern mullet. So anyway, Doss, thank you. You are amazing, and I hope you love the haircut. If you have any questions or anything about it, let me know. I would love to help. And you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next time. See ya.